is this NOOB? I'm really bad with constructors. totally doing this wrong.
Well, what are we waiting for?
What is this music? Okay. I think I get what I'm supposed to do now. Holy cow, this is pretty good for day 12. Did you literally start coding for the first time last week? No. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, this music is so goofy. Let me pause it for a sec. Oh, also, why is my stream on? Sorry, my audio's on. I've been programming for about 4 years, but I really started like relearning stuff over the last 4 months or so. So I'd say like the first, like basically all through college, I didn't learn much because I like kind of just rushed through it, and so I've been taking the time to like get to know stuff better now. I'll show you what I've got so far for OpenGL at least. Yeah, if I started programming 12 days ago, this would be kind of crazy. Where is it? I can comment this out. But I am trying to do most of it from scratch. Other than I'm using AI for like what's the typical best practice, kind of looking up like, especially with constructors and stuff, trying to make sure that I'm initializing things correctly. I love programming, but I personally hate game dev. I mean, hey, that's fair. I get it. I think that I am kind of in between. I haven't really jumped into game dev yet, so I'm more of like exploring OpenGL and what it has to offer, and I'm actually really enjoying it right now. So I'm gonna actually delete this. So right now I'm just trying to get a utility window so I can adjust things manually. Utility.h. So this is what I have so far, actually. This is what I've got in 12 days. The only games that I've ever made are web-based. I mean, that's fair. I have to say that, like, learning OpenGL and learning this stuff from scratch has been super rewarding, and I find it very fun. That's why I'm trying not to, like, mix this up with, like, other development. I don't know. This is kind of more of, like, my fun side hobby, where at the same time it's still going to benefit me because I'm learning C++ and how stuff works. But yeah, I appreciate your comments. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I was kind of like in the zone trying to get... I'm trying to get this utility window. So I have it rendered right now, like just the basic window. And my goal with it is to like have it be able to have sliders to adjust the field of view. So basically I'll have a separate render loop that lets us zoom out and zoom in. And then also we can change like the rotation speed. So like right now they're kind of rotating at a fixed time length, and I want to make it I want to make it so we can rotate it based on, you know, what we input. But yeah, we just had 200 subs today, so it's been pretty good. I actually did a lot earlier today. I finished this whole chapter on projection matrices, essentially talking about orthographic and what's the word? Not proximity. It's orthographic and perspective matrices. And yeah, I mean, you can see right here, right now we have 10 cubes rotating and rendering using like 36 different vertex objects. So like it gets pretty complicated once you start adding a bunch more in, and that's where I think we'll have like a for loop that will, I mean, I'm sure there's an algorithm out there that can generate stuff automatically, like Minecraft does that typically. It's like you give it what does a chunk look like, and then you have it render a bunch of chunks. But I wish that I had started programming 12 days ago. This would be awesome. But I started programming 4 years ago, but I've like I said, I didn't really take it seriously till like the last year or so. Um, just because I don't know, I feel like I got through school and then I'm like, I don't know what I really like or enjoy. And I started learning C++ more in depth. And I know that sounds weird, but like I found C++'s level of control a lot more fun. And then I learned a little bit of C, and then I realized C is actually even better because it's less abstract. But then I realized that classes and objects really help get stuff done, especially with like game dev. So yeah, that's why I'm using C++, which I totally am open to try like Rust and stuff eventually as well. But it's been pretty good. Let me turn back the music. How am I doing? C, error checking is a nightmare. Yeah, that's probably fair. I mean, I haven't done too much of C, like I said. I mean, I'm glad that C++ has a lot of the stuff. A lot of people hate on C++ because it is super verbose, and I can agree with that. But like, take away. But then they're also adding a lot of really great features in the newer versions, which I'm really open. I'm like really looking forward to learning the newer stuff. Yeah. But right now, learning OpenGL has been fun. So we got a utility window rendering, but doesn't do anything. So I'm trying to put it in its own class. So I'm wondering if I have to declare privates before public. I'm used to having privates below. I use Rust and I love it, but I would recommend C++ for game dev. Rust is really good for performance system stuff, and C++ is good for games. Yeah, totally. Honestly, like I can agree with that. I would say that like Rust would probably be better to get into if you're like doing more systems programming nowadays. Whereas I feel like C++ is really great for all around stuff. I mean, C++ has more support at the moment, but I think that later on it's definitely going to change, and I definitely want to learn more about C++, or I mean Rust. That would be a fun thing to learn. Alright, so, and I also just love classes and objects. I don't know, I'm just comfortable with it, so I have to get used to not having that stuff, probably. I don't know if Rust has the same type of, I don't know how it works. Oh, I see. So create window would just go inside of our... Okay. It kind of has objects, but not really. You can make structs and implement functions on them. That's as close as you get. That's kind of what C does, isn't it? Like C is basically, there's no class hierarchy. It's just if you want objects or classes, you have to like implement that by yourself. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means. I would just say that like I understand like most of how stuff, like C is definitely more powerful, and I would say that C is like I would say that C is like what I would recommend to someone who wants to really be a good software engineer, like as their starting language, and Python. But like I would say that if you want to like understand performance, start with C. That's what I typically tell people. Rust does it a bit nicer though, but the idea is the same. Yeah, because I know Rust doesn't have a garbage collector, which is a huge advantage. It automatically manages the memory, and like I think that's a huge deal, especially once you get into big projects like this. Like you make in a game, you have to manually know when memory is being created and freed, and I think that that's super. I mean, I'm sure that there's definitely probably like stuff that will help with like in C++, like there's probably stuff in the newer versions that helps with that a lot. But yeah. How long have you been programming, by the way? It seems like a bit more than 12 days. Oh yeah, I know that's kind of misleading. I've been programming. Well, I started programming in like 4 years ago, and when I say that, that's when I was first introduced to it. And right now I'm finishing up my last semester as a senior, getting my bachelor's in software engineering. So, and I took a big break during school, so I would say over like the last year-ish, I've been really like, I had to like relearn everything. So I would say about a year I've had pretty good experience with like understanding everything. But I've been spending the last 12 days learning OpenGL and game development specifically. So, yeah. Do you recommend pursuing a CS degree nowadays, or are we cooked due to LLMs? I'm gonna say that LLMs right now are just really like you cannot say that anything's gonna happen, because LLMs are really undeterministic, and that's the biggest weakness with AI is it's gonna give you a different answer every single time. So if you want something that's straightforward and working and that's like very efficient, you're gonna have a person probably write most of that, like at least design, and then you have an LLM like review. But like I don't think programmers are going anywhere for a while. So LLMs at least won't overtake programmers, but different tools might. And when I say that, it's more of like the act of writing code itself will become easier with tools like AI, but I don't think it'll replace a person's job entirely. I mean, right now it is because of the way the economy is. Like it's kind of the big hype right now, and I think once it dies down a little and people start hiring juniors again, it'll be good. I don't know. I think that there's a big problem right now with like not hiring enough juniors, especially because like once all the seniors end up leaving their jobs, who's gonna know how to do everything? LLMs will not save your company, that's for sure. LLMs will never replace programmers because they are always random and will always be different, and that's why when I look something, I never use AI. I feel like a lot of these AI companies are gonna burn out money-wise law. Isn't ChatGPT like non-profiting or something? Yeah, I would say that from my point of view, AI is like an incredible tool that like could be used for good things, but right now it's being used for so many things that don't matter, and that's why it's like burning money. But once like people are actually start using it for things like searching through data and like things that actually it should be used for, that's when it'll be useful. But like I said, yeah, it's undeterministic, so when it comes to solving a problem, it's gonna need you to hold its hand the whole time, which it's not right. That's why I'd rather just like take a little bit more time to have something polished and handwritten than like have it written in 30 seconds and not know what I want in a clear picture. That's exactly why like what an engineer is. You know, you have to draft every part of the design on purpose so that you don't have bugs and errors, which people aren't perfect either, but I don't know. That's kind of how I feel. Like AI is a tool and nothing more. It's not a person. It's not going to ever going to be able to replace a person. It might be able to replace work, but it won't be able to like replicate in the same way that a person, unless someone magically creates a brain that works the same way as a brain does. I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm not that, like, I would say that I'm smart in some ways, but I can't tell you what AI is going to do. Also, thank you guys for subbing. I appreciate it. Oh, I forgot to say, in the description, there's our Discord, and it's growing a lot right now, so if you guys want to join, please feel free to join. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted to copy and paste. There we go. There we go. And I will also pin this. I'm working on a video right now that's actually basically the whole topic of the video is like why learning is still important in the age of AI, which I know a lot of people are talking about that, but I'm kind of going from my perspective as someone who's done the 4 years of undergraduate, and I probably won't get a master's at least for a while. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm one of those people who over-relied on AI to help me get through stuff faster, and I ended up facing the consequences of like not understanding a lot of stuff, and now going through it and understanding things from scratch better has really been significant in my learning. And I've been doing this for 4 months straight, basically. I mean, I've taken breaks, obviously, but over the last 4 months, I've been like learning a lot and like writing everything down in my journal, writing everything down, talking out loud. I've learned significantly faster. So, let's see, in our utility class, I don't even really need a utility class. I was just thinking about making one. I'll probably come back to it later. Honestly, I don't know that I need it right now. Nice. Yeah, it's been really great. I don't know. I'm a big advocate for learning, and I think that if we just let AI do everything for us, we're literally taking away so much precious time. Like, part of life is learning, man. Like, work teaches you lessons and can help you be a better person, I think. What are you making right now, by the way? I don't know anything about OpenGL, so I'm completely lost. I'm kind of just going through the tutorials right now. So, like, we just got done rendering a ton of cubes on the screen. So, I need to work on these exercises. I got distracted. Trying to make a utility class, which I don't really need it right now, so I'll probably remove it for now. I'll come back to it. I'll put that on the to-do list until I need it. But basically, OpenGL is a graphics framework that lets you render stuff on screen. I mean, all those cubes right there are all of these coordinates and vertices that I just showed you right here. And then we have their positions as well. So yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, I just put the Minecraft cube texture because I thought it was kind of basic and everybody does that. Yeah. So I guess try experimenting with the FOV and aspect ratio parameters in the projection function. So we have our projection function, which is oh, it's right here. So we could zoom out. I'm pretty sure if we do yeah, so that just zoomed it out a bunch. So if we did it like 10 or 1,000 maybe, I think there would be a lot more. Yeah. Oh, I think it only goes up to a certain, like, I mean, I could add a couple zeros. I don't think it's gonna, Yeah, it stops at a certain point. I think it stops at 100 actually. I think it's negative 100 to positive 100. But yeah. So the field of view is basically like, if we scroll up here, where is it? So we see right here we're using a perspective matrix. So our field of view basically like means that the farther we are, the more negative our z-axis is, the farther away we are. So and we see right here that 0.1 is where our I think it's called a fructum. Let me look at what it's called. Frustum, a frustum, not a fructum. Our frustum is essentially this box right here. So like we can see inside of this box, it's this area in which we can see the object itself. And our field of view is how wide we can see essentially. And this is the difference between a perspective view and an orthographic. So think about if you this is the exact same object just in two different views. Orthographic is basically like you compress it to where it's 2D and more like typically what you would see in Blender or like a 3D modeling software, and then you could like have it change to a perspective when you rotate it or whatever. And perspective basically just gives you that full depth. It adds a depth to it, which is pretty cool. Which you could also see right here. You have our negative z and positive z, and essentially we use right-handed. OpenGL is right-handed, meaning it goes in this direction. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain. If you guys want to read up on this chapter, though, I will put it in the chat. Also, thank you guys for subscribing. We hit 200 today, which is so crazy. I literally was at I was at 90 subs 1 week ago, or maybe might have been 80. I was at 80 subs last week, and now I'm already at 206, which is just awesome. I appreciate you guys being so supportive of the journey and learning. Try experimenting with the FOV and aspect ratio. So our aspect ratio is going to be basically how big our screen is. Not our screen, but let's see, where is it? It's down in our... I really need to start using Neovim and or Vim. So I'm pretty sure this was like 45. And then if we turn this up to 1,000, or let's do 1920 by 1280. Let's see how that changes. Okay, yeah, you can see it like stretches it out. And it doesn't actually change the window size itself, which is kind of cool. Well, you got interested in graphic stuff. It's way too confusing for me. I just stick to low-level system stuff. If anything, I feel like low-level system stuff is more confusing. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of trying to knock out both at once. I don't know. I find graphic stuff fun. And I eventually want to build my own game engine so that I can run my own simulations. Mainly for fun, but also because it's like, if I went into a job and they're like, what have you worked on? I'll be like, I don't know. I mean, I made a graphics engine. They'd be like, oh, that takes a lot of work, you know? I use LazyVim. It's similar to VS Code out of the box. Yeah, I need to try out LazyVim. I need to find a good video on that because, like, I don't know. I feel like VS Code slows me down so much, and I need to learn the key bindings to go faster because, like, I spend most of my time using arrow keys and, like, I hate it. It's just, like, so clunky. And I just need to put the time in to, like, just get it done and learn it. So let's go back down. Let's change this back to 800 by 600. And let's turn down our field of view to like 10. Also, I think oh yeah, so look, if our field of view is now 10, so like, look how much more zoomed in that is. I use Emacs, probably I need to use a real text editor, but I've heard good things about Emacs. You shouldn't modify the aspect ratio, it's always gotta be the window and height, but messing with FOV can give interesting results. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because like, messing with the aspect ratio is not going to really do anything, because unless you want to have like, I guess it would make sense if you had a game and you had a setting to be like changed to ultra wide, you would want to update the aspect ratio then if your monitor supports it. But yeah. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, dude, it zooms in like crazy. How do I structure my project? So this project itself is really like not even that great, I will be honest. Let me pull up a different one. Hold on, let me switch to stupid music. It's way too goofy for me. That's better. Okay. Yeah, anytime your resolution changes, you make a new projection matrix with the matching aspect ratio. Yeah, that makes sense, because, like, if you want to actually update the settings, you just create a new projection matrix, which makes a lot more sense than, like, changing the actual existing projection matrix. Okay, so if I go into my dev languages, C++. I would say the most structured project recently that I did, it was like kind of a refresher, was this one. Let me see if I can open it. New window. There it is. Okay, I'll zoom in for it. So this one is a CGPA calculator. This is how I typically structure like a very basic project. Once you get into like thousands of lines, it gets really hard, or thousands of like lines or files even. So this is how I typically structure a class. So for example, our class handles our course object, and then it has functions inside of it, you know, kind of, and then the variables, and then we can call those, we can basically use these across our various classes. But I mean, this program just basically like, let me make it really quick. This one is just a very basic command line calculator. So I could like enter my student ID 2 or whatever. 2 doesn't. Yeah, so 2 basically searches our student our students.csv, and right here we have our name, age, and school year. And then our ID, I believe, is just stored. Yeah, our ID is literally the first one right here. So I would say that this is kind of like how a typical project. Is this Linux? No, I'm on Mac. I do use Linux for my main like desktop, but for all my learning and stuff, I use my MacBook for my development, which I probably will start streaming more on my Linux PC soon. Once I, for all those string parameters and return types, you should make them constant string reference. That, oh yeah, did I have? That's probably just a rookie mistake on my end. I probably didn't. Oh yeah, I needed to make these I also could use string views, which honestly, like, I think I just made the design decision to just stick with it very basic for these string objects. But I get what you're saying, because that just creates a bunch of copies. You want to use the reference instead of the actual calling and copying the object over and over. But yeah, that's kind of like a basic project structure that I would say. And then we also could have like our test files. So like I have a unit test class that we could use to write tests. Yeah. C++ gets really complicated if you're not careful. But right now, I'm really just using a basic structure right now. So like an include for the headers, a source for the CPP files, a test for any tests I want to do. And then we have our shaders, our libraries, and then our textures. So I have like all these different textures I can use. I had this one for a bit, which was pretty funny. And Terry Davis, the classic. You wouldn't think that it makes a difference, but it actually adds up quick. Yeah, definitely. I think when I was doing it, I didn't really I wasn't thinking of the best practices in mind, because I was just more focused on getting something done rather than getting it right the first time. And I think that's like more important, is like finishing something. What about CMake? That's a good question. I honestly don't know how to use CMake. I just started with make. I started with make first, and then I'm gonna do CMake eventually. But that's just my honest answer, is I don't know. I mean, I'll probably learn it. I'm gonna have to eventually, but... Also, if you guys are new here, feel free to sub and join the Discord for sure. I'd love to see you guys in the Discord. I'm planning on making a video this week, but I've literally been going through recording like my voice, like voiceover, and I'm like, I hate voiceovers. I don't know why. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to like read off a script and it feel unauthentic, but I also like lose track of what I'm trying to talk about, so it's pretty annoying sometimes. Yeah, but CMake is definitely on the list of stuff I need to learn, but I'm kind of doing, I mean, I think OpenGL suggested CMake and I just did make instead, which is kind of probably my mistake, but yeah. So we did the aspect ratio. See if you can figure out how those affect the perspective frustum, which we did. The aspect ratio doesn't really do anything, and there's not really a point in changing it. And the FOV definitely does change it, which I'm wondering, I need to see if the FOV has a max value. Let's see, so... let's see, in OpenGL, does perspective matrix FOV have a max value? Has an upper particle limit or practical limit of less than 180 degrees. Gotcha. In summary, although the FOV can technically be set below 180 degree values, above 90 degrees are generally avoided. Okay, so it can go up to 180, I believe. So let's try that. Also, I really want to like learn how to like make my own AI agents. And when I say that, I mean like I want to learn how to like make my own type of like I want to learn AI in very specific ways, not in like an LLM way, more of like learning and training data in a smart way, in an efficient way. But that's way later down the road if I feel like it. Yeah, once you exceed it, that it flips your image upside down, and then other crazy stuff starts happening. What is your goal of learning OpenGL? Making a game engine or simulation stuff or game development? kind of all of the above. I think I want to start with simulation stuff. So I've actually previously done simulations of like space stuff, like for a class project, and I really like doing physics simulations, and I kind of want to start there, and then maybe do a game eventually. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep it at 45. Let's see. Play with the view matrix by translating it in several directions and see how the scene changes. Think of the view matrix as the camera object. Interesting, okay. I went and did the whole the rabbit hole with AI. Long story short, the bottleneck is your GPU. I had to make one at work. Reads letters on labels to prevent shipping products to the wrong person. That's pretty cool. I'd love to hear more about that if you want to join the Discord and tell me. I definitely love using it for practical stuff like that. It's really nice. But also, I've heard stories of like people getting arrested for AI and misidentifying them, and I think that that's where AI is like, don't use it in jobs where you need people. Try GLM Radiance 200. It should flip it upside down. Let me try. Also, if you guys have any tips for learning like Neovim or anything, let me know. Oh, wow. No, it doesn't look like it flipped it upside down, but it definitely is zoomed out. Might be hard to tell with the cubes though. Yeah, you're probably right that it does flip it upside down. Also, love to see the grind, keep it up. Thank you, STZ Pendus. I don't know if I said that right. I need to go take my wife something really quick, so give me 1 second, guys. Might be hard to tell with the cubes only though. She's flipped right now. Okay. That's good to know. So after you go over 180, it just flips. I'm a web dev now, but I'm quickly realizing that I want low-level related job. How about y'all? I mean, you guys can talk about it. I'll be right back. You guys should talk about it. I think this is a great topic. So give me like 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Sorry, I had to like run to bring my wife something. Guys, we're already almost at 210. That's crazy. I'm a web dev, but I'm quickly realizing I want a low-level related job. How about y'all? I definitely don't like web dev. I don't know. I know this sounds stupid, but it's not that I hate networking at all. I actually just truthfully enjoy systems design better. I don't know. Truthfully, I want to be a game engine designer. I was just about to learn, but I found this channel first. Dude, just start. I would love if you, especially if you could join the Discord and like let me know how it's going. We can talk about your game engine. Yeah, go learn something, dude. I recommend it for sure. Oh, I didn't make an announcement in the Discord. It's been really fun to like have such a fun community growing. Yeah, it looks like a few of you guys have joined. Awesome. Okay, I hate web dev stuff, but I really like networking. Yeah, that's fair. I am learning about networking and operating systems, and like, I don't know, the closer you are to the hardware, or even like when you're just having fun, it's way more enjoyable. Also, this is my cat. His name is Walter. He just woke up from his nap. He's very tired. I'm using my PC right now, so I can't join the Discord. No, you're good, man. Totally good. Man, customer-facing tasks are so boring to me. Like, every day I have to add some banner to the website or edit a customer's order in the database. That's a reality that, honestly, some people would like, love that job. I personally agree with you. Like, I don't know if I could do that all day. I don't know. I really love low-level stuff. I'm procrastinating starting work. Let's get that camera tutorial done, King. Yeah. Thank you. Play with the matrix by translating in several directions to see how it works. Think of the view matrix as a camera object. Okay. Okay, so let's try translating it in several directions. So I'm wondering if that means we need to translate it like if we translate it just once, or if we can translate it twice. Okay, so that moved it like that. 3 a.m. starting work. It's not 3 a.m. for me right now. I think it's like 8. Okay, so it looks like that's kind of working. I want to do something like, instead of -3, let's do like -10. Okay, so that kind of adjusts our FOV a little, not our field of view, but it like pushes the objects back a little bit. What if we did like 5? So that moves us down from, or actually no, doesn't move us down, it moves, does it move the objects down? I'm confused. Yeah, you can repeatedly call translate like that and it'll stack, but I meant the next tutorial. Oh, try to make every third container, including the first, rotate over time, while leaving the other containers. Oh, you mean the next tutorial. I see what you mean. I'm actually planning on not doing like the next tutorial tonight, because I already did this tutorial today. I know that sounds really, I know you're probably looking forward to that, but I do 1 chapter a day typically, and then maybe the exercises, which we're already almost there with these. Tried to make every third container, including the first, rotate over time, while leaving the other containers static, just using the normal. I'm gonna have to think about that. 11 a.m. in Australia. I'm dying. You're dying for it. Hey, how's it going, Blue Basher? Welcome. Oh yeah, if you guys, I have to keep reminding you, join the Discord if you can. Feel free to sub if you want to continue watching my streams and watching my insufferable coding. That is a pretty big difference. Australia is so far away. You're dying for it. Let's see if you guys want to help me through this tutorial, I'll give you a little bit of the camera tutorial. Because let's see how long this one is. Yeah, that's probably a 2 or 3 hour tutorial for me. I know it's not. I write everything down by hand. Like, I learn it very slowly, which some people really like and some people are like, hurry it up. Let me finish this last exercise. Okay. Try to make every third container, including the first, rotate over time. Okay, so that means we just basically make these rotate, and then the rest we'd want to do static. This just does 3 cubes. So that rotates over time. And then we would want to do, I'm wondering if we'd do something similar, like, I don't know if we would redo this again. Dang, we got 14 people in here. That's awesome. I don't think we would copy. We'd think we'd just draw it again, wouldn't we? We didn't. Let me see. What if we start at 4? No, that's definitely not right. Let me think. What kind of software am I using? For stream, I should put that in the description. I need to do that. For my IDE, which is my development environment, I use VS Code, which it does the job. I can't say I recommend it, but I mean, if you're a beginner, I definitely recommend it. And then I'm using OBS. It's 4 a.m., so I have to snooze. Cool stream. Good luck. I'll be back when I can. Thank you, Roast Polo. I appreciate you joining. I'd love to see you in future streams. You had some really cool comments, and I loved having the conversations we did. Definitely get some sleep, man. Yeah, that'll work. You'll just need the model matrix. Could use cube position 0 for the stationary one. Yeah, that's what we could probably just define model outside of the for loop, right? Or right before it. Yeah. Like, what if we defined that right there? Oh my gosh, what the? That's just, now it's just rotating around the origin, right? That's crazy. Okay, so maybe not that. Oh, because that's the identity matrix. We need to have the model identity matrix. Your Discord picture has a picture of Squirtle, and my profile picture is Blastoise. Good luck on the stream. I'm off to start my own journey. Good luck, man. Are you creating a 3D game from scratch or using a library? I'm using OpenGL. So OpenGL is a framework or type of library. I would say it's like this. Vulkan, I would say, is way closer to the metal, because you have to basically make every pipeline and everything. I don't know Vulkan, I'll be honest. OpenGL is like, it's like a cushion, but at the same time it's like, it's not like a game engine. You kind of have to do everything from scratch still. But the nice thing with OpenGL is there's like OpenGL Math, which it handles all the complex math, so you don't have to do it all from scratch. And I think that is great, because it still gives you the control you want without taking over too much. More like a renderer rather than... Yeah, OpenGL is not an engine. It's definitely like a renderer. It does all the like the rasterization and like creates your vector objects and stuff. Like it gets your pixels on the screen, but it doesn't... It's not an engine that handles like audio and stuff. That's where an engine could use OpenGL for the rendering. And then you'd include a bunch of other stuff for the other parts of the engine. It's just how you design it. So yeah, there's definitely big differences, I would say. Keep the same loop and wrap those rotate calls within an if that checks I. Yeah, let me try that. Also, what do you guys think of like the stream? Like, let me know if everything's visible. I can zoom in more. Let me know if the audio's okay. I'd love to just get your feedback if you have any time to. So I is less than 3. And honestly, I would say that for programming and learning programming, the biggest thing is just trying stuff until it works. And that's how you learn it usually, which is kind of funny, I think. But Tokyo, would you say that I should use a different for loop and reuse the same model, or I'm kind of confused on what I should do here because it looks like this model matrix is being used only within this for loop, and so I don't know. Because our goal is to make a third container, make 3 containers rotate over time, and leave all the other ones static. Use the original 10 for loop. Okay. And then we could probably have a for loop inside of it, maybe. I'm a CS major in my junior year. How often would you say I should use AI? Like, when is a good time to use it? Oh, that's a great question. I literally just figured this stuff out like a couple months ago. I was using AI for so much and it like literally destroyed my learning. I would say that like use it for stuff like this. So I had a question where I'm like, I want to create a window and hide the logic inside of another class. Like I want a utility window, but I don't know the standard practice to do that. Would I use a header file? And it, like, could you do that? Or does it have to be in the main loop? And it said, yeah, you can do that. So I was like, okay, great. Would I declare the window inside of the header? And then it can give you code, which I would say, like, try and write your code from scratch if you can. Use AI to explain. I would say it's like this. You also want AI to ask you questions. You don't want to keep asking it questions. You want it to be like, okay, what would you like to know about? Or like, you want it to ask you like, hey, what is this? Like, have it tutor you on certain concepts and topics. And I think that you'll learn a lot more that way if you really are hell-bent on using AI for learning. I think the exercise is asking you to check if it is divisible by 3 and then only run those glm rotate calls. Oh, okay. Okay, let me see. I'm a CS major. Yeah, okay. Use %3 at some point for this one. Wait. Okay, I think I use AI too much. I understand it, but I use it too much whenever I encounter a problem. Yeah, I think that will inhibit your learning for sure. Like, I would say if you're at that point like I was, don't do that. Like, take a step back and like, if you're really not understanding something, go back a few steps, you know? Like, I'm learning C# right now in one of my classes, and like, the Microsoft tutorials for C# are actually atrocious. And I've used AI to help explain stuff for me, and it's been way better than using their website. And that's just because their website kind of sucks. I won't lie. Yeah. And make your loop run 10 times again. You've still got it at 3. Yeah. So we got 10, and then we want to check if, our, I'm guessing it's I is divisible by 3, or has a remainder of 3. Then we rotate, right? So we would actually still want to have our model defined here. Also, what about if you don't know a software and instead use a tutorial or doc? Do you use AI to learn it? Also, what if you don't know... that's a good question. Obviously, I can't answer for everybody, but I would say documentation can be your friend if you take your time. I think if you really are in a rush and you need help, AI is a really good and quick solution, but don't always think it's going to be the right solution. If you take your time to understand the documentation, like I am for OpenGL, I'm going to understand OpenGL much more. If I was to ask AI to make me an OpenGL program and I'll pick it up from there, I'm not going to learn hardly anything. Just here for some graphics. Yeah, I'm trying... Wait a second. Wait. Tokyo. I didn't even realize it was you, dude. I like literally have told people have told me about you. Thank you for joining the stream, man. That's so crazy. I just caught the fact that you were in my stream because I know a lot of people talk about how you're like a really good graphics programmer. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the advice. That's so funny. Welcome to the stream, man. Just here for some graphics. I literally was like, keen to see your progress. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm just starting with OpenGL. I might be wrong. Did I see you? I watched a video. I think it was Coding Jesus. I don't know if you were talking to him. I saw somebody talking to him about graphics programming. I don't know if it was that you. You subbed? Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Let's see. If I %3, then we want to rotate it. So opinions on Coding Jesus? Oh gosh. I don't want to give my opinions on him. I think that I've liked some of his videos and some of them I think they're okay. I don't know. I'm not one to judge though. Like, he can do his thing. I don't really have an opinion on him. Like, I think if he's helping people become developers, I think that's a great thing, actually. Okay, so we have our model, so we're looping through all of our cubes. Then we have our model object, and then I'm not just calling the index. It would have to be, wouldn't it be model of I? No, I'm like losing it right now. I'm losing it. Let me start over and then. Okay, let's see what we're doing right now. So we start at 0, I is less than 10, and then I++. Tasmania is in I %3 was right. Okay. I appreciate the help. Okay, let me read that. Try to make every third container rotate over time. So I guess I'll put model here. Put our model here. Let me try this. Oh, that works for some of it. Kind of. Also, I'm gonna update, instead of this, I'm gonna really need to use Neovim, man. This texture is a special one. Now we have Terry Davis. Okay. Let's see. Tokyo is very good at OpenGL. Yeah, I've heard about Tokyo, which is awesome. That's cool that he's here. So right now it looks like if it's divisible by 3, or if it, is it divisible? Not divisible. If it is modulus 3, then it'll rotate over time. But we need to have, well, I guess that's every third container. So I guess this is kind of right, isn't it? For the most part. Let me turn down the FO, or turn up the FOV. Okay, so I think we did it opposite. Because now we have everything but, well, wait. Oh, no, we did. That's 4, so we need to do 2 instead because it's 0 indexed. Wait, I think. Oh, every third container. It doesn't necessarily mean 3 containers specifically. So this should be kind of right. But right now they're just rotating around the origin and not actually rotating independently. Just passing to express my support and encouragement. I did all learn OpenGL last year and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been a really great journey. Okay, let's see. I'm just looking at this. I think we need to also rotate. So right now it says rotating around our origin. We also need to get it to rotate like regularly as well. Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, so we basically just moved it inside of an if statement. Soon I will start suffering using Vulkan. Yeah, that's fair. I would say that I would love to learn Vulkan one day, but we'll see. I gotta get through this first. Okay, so let's see what the solution is now that we got it somewhat working. So now we have our loop, and then, oh, we need to make sure it's equal to 0. I always forget that part. It's like so basic. That's because that actually does the... Now we have those 3, and then everything else is static. Very nice. Yeah, it's working now. And now if we compare our code, it's basically the same. Yeah, should be good. I don't know. I don't know if there's much of a career in graphics programming, but it's just fun. I'm enjoying it. Like, OpenGL has been great. I almost don't want to like end stream now because you guys are all being so supportive. We could start camera. Thank you guys for the support. Let's see. So camera, I'm assuming the camera just uses the view space, yeah. So once we set an origin, we can probably make it so we can move around too. I think that I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. Coordinate system, it's not coordinate. I always just put it on my GitHub because why not? I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this is a pretty good place to stop. I mean, this is a lot more than I've done in a long time, so that's really fun too. I think I'm going to stop there. Feel free to join my future streams and join the Discord. I'd love to talk to you guys more. Yeah. There are career opportunities in graphics for sure. There are significantly less jobs than web dev, of course. But there are even less graphics programmers to do them. Yeah, that's really good to know because I feel like I'm not a bad programmer. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm like... I don't like to compare myself to others. I'm big with just sticking on what I know and doing my best. But I would say that if I wanted to learn graphics programming for a career, I probably still have a really long way to go. And that's why I'll probably start with something simple like web development maybe. But tried to join it and got muted by a bot for posting a link in the resources. I'm sorry, one sec. I'll fix that, JP. I'm sorry about that. Maybe try just posting it in the lounge for now, because I don't know why that's not working. Stupid bot. I need to remove the bot. Let me do that. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to try and just learn, and then I'll see where that takes me in my career. I just know I don't really want to do... Yeah, Tokyo Spliff is here, I know. I think you were talking to me about him, JP. He just randomly showed up, and I was like, wait, I've heard of this guy. Which is so funny. Bro's a legend, apparently. Which I'm going to have to go watch his videos now. Yeah, this guy's cool, man. You were talking about Casey. That's right. Okay, someone else was talking about Tokyo. I have a video coming out later this week. I'm excited to... I need to get it done. Honestly, I'm just gonna get it edited and done and then send it out because I'm actually... My wife and I are expecting our first kid, so I'm pretty busy. But here I am learning OpenGL. So, yeah, that's fun. I don't think I need to be an insanely good programmer to be a good engineer. I think I love problem solving, and I think that, you know, there's a big difference between those two things. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, JP. Let's see. Yeah, try pasting it in the lounge chat, maybe. If it doesn't work, just send it to me, and I'll get it posted. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys want to... For when I'm in the hospital, I got this to build with my wife. So we're gonna build this together. It's a Porsche 911 GT3 RS. I'm getting into cars right now, and it's pretty fun. I hope you guys saw that. I know I have a blur on in the background. But it's a Lego set. Yeah, it's a big responsibility. I'm honestly really excited though. I think it'll be great. Let's see. What was I doing? I already got sidetracked. So we're gonna do the camera chapter tomorrow. I feel really bad. I know Tokyo, I hope you can join a future stream. I would love that. Because you actually really helped me out too, so. You'll be more busy than ever before. Yep. I definitely will be. Oh, I gotta let my cat out. One sec, guys. Okay, let me see. Okay. I did not change it back. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. I appreciate you guys all being here. Please subscribe if you want to be here for more streams in the future. I really appreciate all the support today. It was a really wonderful stream and meeting all of you awesome people. Please be sure to subscribe, like the video. You don't have to. I mean, I'm just doing the YouTuber thing. Join the Discord, though. I would love to meet and talk to you guys more often. And yeah, soon enough, we'll be making more videos and stuff. But I appreciate the support again, and I will talk to you guys later. I gotta go do other stuff. So, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, probably. I think I'll stream again tomorrow. So, thank you guys again. Have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. I will see you.